Breaking news today out of Riviera, Texas. Vice President Kamala Harris was on a hunting trip with former Vice President Dick Cheney when she was shot in the face in what appears to have been a freak hunting accident. This comes just days after Vice President Harris was endorsed by Cheney in her current bid to become the next president of the United States this November. A local resident happened to be on a hike with his dog and witnessed the accident. Here's more from his account.
Jeff Ware was out walking his dog Connor this morning when he came across a sight he could barely believe. And what he saw next was something he'll certainly never forget.
So I was out for a hike with my dog Connor. Say hi, Connor. You know, we like to go for a walk once or twice a week, just down in the woods a few miles down the road. And as we're walking, I see two people hunting, which is, nothing out of the ordinary. They got the orange vests on, rifles, all that stuff. But as I get closer, I notice that it is none other than former Vice President Dick Cheney and current Vice President Kamala Harris. I couldn't believe it. And so I see them and they're talking to each other and they're about 10 feet apart, which is nothing strange. And I'm thinking to myself in that moment, I should go get a selfie with them, because how often is it that you see one vice president, let alone two? So then I'm walking over, and at this moment, she's actually got her back turned to him because she was looking a different direction. And then he just raises his rifle and he yells, "Over there!" And she turns around and then boom, he just blasts her in the face and chest, and she just hits the ground like a sack of potatoes. And at this point I'm thinking, man, I need to help her. So I'll run over thinking I'm going to offer some assistance or call the police. I mean, this is the current presidential candidate for the United States, right? She just been shot. And then I run over offering to help. And I'll never forget this. He just looks at me calm as can be and just says, "She's all right. Nothing to see here." And there was blood everywhere, but the way he was looking at me just really creeped me out. And I mean, he's holding a rifle this whole time. And I'm starting to think, I might be next if I try and press my luck here. So I just turned around and me and Connor just got out of there. And, as we're walking away, I kind of looked back just to see what was going on. And he was just standing there with a grin on his face, kind of just admiring his work, just looking at her. And she's groaning the whole time because she's bleeding. She just been shot, It was one of the most bizarre things I ever seen. And all I could say is if Dick Cheney ever invites you to go hunting with him, don't go. He's going to shoot you, probably in the face. I mean, if Dick Cheney came to me and said, "Hey, Jeff, I got an all-expensive paid trip for us to go hunting," I'd say, "No, thank you, Mr. Vice President. I'm good, but thank you for offering."
We reached out to former Vice President Cheney for comment, and he only stated that mistakes can happen to anyone, and he reaffirms his choice of Harris for president, but does hope he has another chance to go hunting with her before the November 5th election. Additionally, the eyewitness to the shooting, Jeff Ware, was found dead with 2 gunshot wounds to the back of his head shortly after our interview. Authorities have ruled it a suicide and no foul play was involved.